the game meant so much more for the Niners.
That was their first quality win of the season to bring them to 3-3. I got to give Kyle Shanahan credit because they came in there with a great game plan. Yeah. The Niners had finally a quality win.
That was a good game. It was a good game
against the Rams. Hey, truth be told, that was their first quality win of the season to bring them to 3-3. But someone can argue that the Rams might be a little bit overrated. I mean, they're 4-1, and all they did.
NFC East teams.
I'm just saying.
You know, the game meant so much more for the Niners too, because in that division you can't fall behind so many games and think you're gonna still make the playoffs. So winning that game definitely kept them in the hunt.
Oh, for sure. And I gotta give Kyle Shanahan credit because they came in there with a great game plan. Garoppolo, you could still tell during the game, if you watch the whole game, you could tell that he was still kind of favoring that ankle. And a lot of his throws, and I think they said it on the broadcast, a lot of his throws were behind the line of scrimmage. And, they were run-oriented, a lot of three-step drops, getting the ball out quick, which kind of mitigated Aaron Donald. You didn't hear his name at all throughout that whole game, and I think they did a fantastic job, and Kyle Shanahan deserves all the credit for that, I believe.
Yeah, they definitely played to Jimmy Garoppolo's strengths, and I told you they was gonna run in every gap besides the one that Aaron Donald was coming through that time, and it looked like that's what happened. It's actually funny. Aaron Donald said after the game in the presser, they were asking how did he game plan for Deebo Samuels, and he said, "Who? Who is that?" I was like, "Oh, he ran right by you, buddy. You better learn that man's name."
Throwing shots. But in all honesty, man, the score was 24-16. They really only lost by one possession. I don't necessarily know if that score indicates how that game really went, but
definitely not.
If Jared Goff hits a couple of those deep balls, I think we would have been singing a different tune.
Can Jared Goff hit the deep balls is my question.
But that's what you get from Jared Goff, though. He's either on point one game and then completely off the next. So you never really know with Jared Goff. I mean, he had one throw that was on target, but he had a good handful of throws that was really off the mark. And if he would have just completed a couple of those throws, I think the game would have went the other way. Especially Cooper Kupp not catching that end zone pass from him, which really could have closed the gap of the lead.
Yeah, definitely. He dropped that one.
And I only remember that one because that messed up my fantasy points.
I could tell your whole tone of your voice changed. I was like, oh, yeah, that was some fantasy beef right there for sure.
I don't understand how you got
I have that problem.
I don't understand how he got the bag before the season started. Can't catch a pass.
That's how it goes. You get the bag. It's like you forgot your name tag in the locker room. You ain't playing like yourself.
Oh, man. But with that big win, that was a big win. It was just last week where we were just bashing the Niners. But with that big win, they're still in the hunt. They're still in the race for the playoff spot. And we'll see how they go moving forward. Next week they got the New England Patriots, who just lost to Denver. I might add, they don't look like the same team they did a month ago.
They don't. But I also know the Patriots coming off a loss is never nice for whoever that next opponent is.
That is true. And they got to go to New England to play them.
It's not a good recipe.
No, I don't think so either. But I'm not. If I'm a Niners fan, I'm not as scared of the Patriots as I was a couple of weeks ago.
Definitely not. But I also think you're not as bad as your last game, and you're also not as good as your best game. So they have some things to work on for sure. Belichick is embarrassed. Cam is, I'm sure, trying to prove say is wrong. So I'm looking forward for a bounce back game for New England this week. Hopefully they bounce the Niners' head against the ground because I did not like seeing them win on Sunday. But